having a great morning. Hope you are too. I'm heading over to Wealth Dynamics headquarters right now as we talk. And I wanted to deliver you a really quick video today and discuss the 3 things you should consider before saving money for your children. Okay? Now, when you're saving money for your children, what I'm talking about here is if you've got kids that are younger and you want to put money away for their future, and most parents want to do that. Now, there's 3 things you need to consider when you're putting that together for your child, and I'm going to go ahead and hit you with them. The first one is you need to consider what the money's going to be used for. I think a lot of parents, they just put money away in general for college, and that's awesome. That's great. If your child goes to college, that definitely could help them. Or maybe they won't go to college, and you need to consider, all right, where's the money actually going to go to? So I want to have you think of it like this instead. Rather than committing a bunch of money to college for a child that may or may not go to college, and if they do, you don't want to do it because they feel obligated to you because you saved money and now they have to. That's the attitude of, you didn't eat all your food. Some kid in China would love that. Go ahead and eat all that food you don't like or maybe you're allergic to. That's how I was raised. So instead of obligating them to go to school, you should save money that's more open-ended, that you're still in control of, but it's more open-ended, where it could be for college, it could be for an investment property, it could be for their wedding, it could be for their first home purchase, their vehicle, starting a business, so many other things, right? So that's the first thing you should consider. Now, the next thing you should consider is the access that they'll have to the money prior to turning 18. So a lot of the savings programs that people put together are built one of 2 ways. Number one, we already discussed, it's specific for college and education. And if it's not used for that, that comes with heavy taxes and heavy penalties. The other thing though is they'll save money that, you know, the child can't touch till they're 18, but when they're 18, they get it no matter what. And that's not smart. Like, if you think about when you were 18 years old, what would your life have been like if someone gave you $100,000 that was all yours, and, you know, you had no control over it? Like, nobody could tell you how to, or advise you how to use it. You could do whatever you wanted to do with it. I personally would have made some really bad, really expensive decisions because I was doing that with the little money that I already had. So infusing $100,000 into the equation, or even $20,000 at that, would have been a bad thing for me at that age. So you need to consider the access that you're giving to your child. The ideal savings plan, as the parent or the grantor, you should have full control over it still. You should be able to dictate the final decision on how this money gets used, because after all, it was your money. All right. Now, the third thing you should consider is where the money is being invested while it's accumulating for your child. Now, again, generally speaking, most parents either give the money to Wall Street or they give the money to a bank. Wall Street has 2 jobs with that money: earn fees and not go to prison. You give it to a bank, they have 1 job: make all of the money they can and pay you nothing. So neither of those are great places for the money to accumulate. You need to accumulate somewhere that does a couple of things. Number one, it guarantees growth. No matter what, your money will grow. Number 2, it guarantees against loss. Okay, your money will never go down lower than what you started with, and it'll always grow. Those are 2 excellent guarantees. Number 3 is it's liquid. You can use that money whenever you need to for whatever you need to, and there's no restrictions on it. There's no lockup period. There's no surrender charges, penalties, fees. That money could be used for anything. Now, the benefit of that, and the reason why that's important, is some parents are passive managers, meaning that they want to put money aside for their kids and really just kind of let it sit there and chill and grow and do its thing. Some parents are hands-on. They're going to set money aside and actively utilize that money to invest on their child's behalf, so that when their child turns 18, they don't just have that money, but they have all of the assets accumulated and acquired from that money throughout that accumulation period of maybe 16, 18 years. So those are the 3 things that you need to consider when setting up a savings fund for your children. And I'm going to give you the 4th one, which is a bonus, because we just released a new product. It's called the Sacred Accountant Junior. The 4th thing you should consider is uninterrupted compounding growth. Okay, what do I mean by that? Let's go ahead and break that down. Let's say you have a bank account that's paying you 1% interest. Not a ton, but that's higher than most bank accounts, right? Pretty logical to think when you put money in the account, you earn 1%. But if you took money out of the account, you no longer earn 1%, do you? No, you took the money out. The bank's not going to keep crediting you interest on money that's not there. Now, I know that is like common sense logic. You're probably like, oh yeah, that makes sense. What are you really getting at here, Jerry? I want you to think about this. What if the bank, instead of paying 1%, was paying 6 to 8%? Okay, so instead of 1%, it was 6 to 8%. And when you took the money out, it continued to credit you the interest as if the money was never gone. I had a client call me yesterday that hasn't moved on his Sacred account yet. And he's like, Jerry, when I finally clicked this last night, I realized that any dollar that I put in this account will always grow forever no matter what. Even if I withdraw it, it'll keep growing. I realized I should have started this account 10 years ago. And he just had a son, so he's coming in tonight. We're gonna sit down and talk about his Sacred account, talk about now the Sacred account Junior. So if you're watching this really quick before I sign out, I wanna make you a quick offer. So if you have a college savings plan for your kid, you have a savings account for your child, I want to give you a free comparison, a free analysis, and show you the difference between what you're doing now and what you could be doing if you were using the Sacred account Junior. Especially if you're an Alaskan. We all get PFDs, permanent fund dividends, and the Sacred account Junior is the #1 place to put that money. Right now, you've been giving it to your bank, you've been giving it to the UAA college savings plan, and really those are not great places to save. So if you're watching this video, I'm gonna post a link in the comments really quick. If you're watching, it's called sacredaccount.com/junior. Click on that link, and that's gonna give you the opportunity to get some more information on the account, learn more about how it works, the pros, the cons, when it's a good idea, when it's not a good idea. From there, if you would like to set up an account, you can do it right on that page. It's $99 to set it up. You have a $100 a month minimum contribution. You can do up to $500 per month. Okay. Now, if you're not ready to move yet and you just want to learn more about it, you can also access 3 gifts that I have on that page. The first one is a free ebook. Okay. The second one is a free course that I taught last week on saving for your children's future. It's a 45-minute course that's going to give you everything you need to know. And then the third one is an article that I wrote that kind of gives you the skim overview of each of these accounts, the differences, and why the Sacred account really is the one that you should be going with. That's all accessible for free if you go to sacredaccount.com/junior. So I'm going to go ahead and sign out. Thank you for watching. Make sure that you do like, share, and subscribe. I will talk to you soon.